Alright, so I know this isn't a normal reaction video, but I wanted to do something a little bit different for this video today. I just wanted to talk about how I listen to music because a lot of people have been pretty cheesed and peeved and just angry, especially on that new SZA or the SZA album that I recently did a reaction to. If you guys haven't seen, I did a reaction to SZA's Control. Overall, I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but I also didn't hate it either. I still gave it a positive score. I still felt I still liked it. I just didn't love it as a lot of people seem to love it, or I didn't love it as much as a lot of other people do. Um, but I just wanted to talk about how I listen to music because a lot of people don't seem to understand that people listen to music differently, and music is an art form, and art is completely subjective. So there's no one right or wrong opinion about art, of course. So I just wanted to clear up how I listen to music and basically how lyrics in music aren't the most important thing to me. A lot of people value lyrics a lot, but for me personally, I've never been someone who um, looks at lyrics as the most important thing in music. With music, I've always liked listening to music that just sounded good to my ears. So right off the bat, if something doesn't sound good to my ears, it's gonna be a lot more difficult for me to get invested in the lyrics. And especially if that sound doesn't convey or help convey those lyrics, it's going to be a lot harder for me to appreciate what the person is writing about. A perfect example of that is To Pimp a Butterfly. Now, you might not think, as someone who doesn't look at lyrics as the most important thing, you might not think that I actually like To Pimp a Butterfly, but T-Pab is one of my favorite albums ever, and it's because the sound that that album has is just generally intriguing, interesting, and pleasing to my ears. I love the jazz, the jazzy influence, and I just love the production and the sound overall in that album. And as a result of that sound being interesting to me, it makes me want to listen to the lyrics a lot more. Because Kendrick is a great writer. He's a great rapper. He's one of the greatest rappers of our generation. And yeah, so if that sound is not something that intrigues me and supports the feeling of what that artist is writing about, the lyrics don't mean as much to me. It's really lyrics just matter in some certain contexts for me. They both work together. The sound and the lyrics work together, and when they intertwine and when they're both great, it creates just this beautiful mesh, and it just creates music that I really enjoy. Once again, another example of that is Blonde. Now, Frank Ocean isn't like the most profound writer, but the sound of that album is just one of the most beautiful things to me, and the feeling that that album conveys really supports those lyrics, of course. And because I love the sound of that album so much, when I look into the lyrics and I pay more attention to the lyrics, everything just becomes more clear to me, and it creates this experience that is just really enjoyable. And obviously, Frank's writing is really poetic. And honestly, I there was no like writing that stuck out to me as absolutely terrible with that SZA album, but there wasn't that much that really stuck out to me as the most groundbreaking or the most amazing writing I've ever heard either. Um, so usually when writing is just pretty average to me, it kind of just floats around in the background and I don't really pay attention to that much. Um, if the writing's really awful, like in that new AJR album that I reacted to, obviously I'm gonna pay attention to it because it's just outright bad. But with that SZA album, the writing to me wasn't the most amazing thing, but it also wasn't the most terrible thing either. It was just kind of really average, and the same goes for that sound of that album once again, just kind of average to me. Um, so that's why I didn't give the lyrics as much thought as you would probably want me to, because once again, music is subjective. Everybody listens to music differently, and I want to try and keep this concise here because I feel like I'm just rambling. But yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. You can disagree with that. It's totally fine. Maybe lyrics are like the most important thing to you, but just personally, I disagree. Um, I just think the sound and instruments and just the music in general, because at the end of the day, music is just sound waves hitting your ear, and it's up to you if you enjoy it or not. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to make this quick video talking about this because a lot of people don't like it when people don't love an album as much as they do, which makes sense, but it's also kind of just immature and childish at the same time. Once again, I didn't hate that SZA album. It was just okay. Same thing goes for the Olivia Rodrigo album. A lot of Olivia Rodrigo fangirls and maybe fanboys, I don't know, getting on me in the comments of that one too. But once again, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I just felt kind of indifferent towards it. So, yeah, there we go. That's all I wanted to say. Music's subjective. Art is subjective. There's no one right or wrong answer. I just wanted to make this video to clear up how I listen to music so you guys can kind of understand and kind of almost guess what I'm going to like a little bit. I don't want to be too predictable, but yeah, I think I got across the point that I wanted to get across. I'm going to be doing a OK Computer reaction soon. I'm super hyped to check out that. And yeah, thanks for all the support. And bye.